Yep. So yes, everybody, welcome to the NWO New Weeb Order. We are live. I have two special guests with me, and I know we're gonna have more people hopefully popping up in the chat a little later. But right now, Coffee, say what's up to the people.
Yo guys, what's up?
That's
Just a
my little
coffee
sis.
stain. Right. I am just a very angry. I'm bitter.
You're like coffee?
Yeah. I'm
that's
more
a good
bitter than sweet right now. I am genuinely mad.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the OG, the homie. Hold on. Show Nuff just pulled up. Show Nuff, say what's up to the people, man. Holy shit.
I'm the screen choking someone.
Oh man.
Everybody wanna run the Game Awards fade. Everybody wanna run that fade. Like, yo.
Hold on, and then Mushu, say what's up to the people, brother.
I want your Game Awards to catch this fade. Right
Yo,
now.
are you at work right now? Are you at work right now?
Yes, and
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Don't run down to whoever, like, yo, catch this fade right now.
Hold on. Before we let the people know our disdain, everybody, this episode and all NWO episodes are available on Spotify. Just look up New Weeb Order. Soon we'll be having this on Apple Podcasts as well. But you can check us out there. You can catch the live video on youtube.com/Malik Champloo as well. And all my guests, really quickly, can you guys let the people know where they can find you guys at?
Who goes first?
In order as we did before. So Coffee, then Show Enough, then Mushu.
Alright. Hi guys, I'm just a coffee stain. I'm an artist, a voice actor, and a nerd overall. You can find me on Twitter as just a coffee stain. Just take out the T and just put the just and a coffee stain, and you'll find me on that. Instagram, just a coffee stain all together, and that's how you find me.
Hey, Mushu. Sorry, not Mushu. What's the name? Show.
I'm doing that. Let's get interrupted. Okay. Take two. And everyone knows me, so enough. That is I. My Instagram handle is Instagram.com/show. So I got all my stuff there. Also working on the cooking channel that I'm planning on doing / catering called Cooking with Show Enough. So I will have more information within 2021.
Bless, man. And yes, Show Enough is he's an amazing chef. No bullshit. This man can cook his ass off. All right, Mushu, let's let the people know what's up, because we got a lot to talk about. So let the people know.
Hi, it's your boy, you can find me on Twitch and on Twitter.
You sound extremely far away. You sound really far away.
I know, because I'm at work and I'm trying to make do with what I got. So, yeah. You can find me on Twitch with my friends at Midnight Trio, at twitch.tv/midnight_trio. Or when I do stream my own, you can long fan with the long fan _ as well as go on Twitter.
All right. Okay, hold on, guys. I need everybody to calm down and relax. We gotta have some structure here, okay? So, just now, if you guys don't know, it is December 10th, 2020, and we all just sat down for about 3 hours of the Game Awards, not the Video Game Awards, the Game Awards, created and hosted by Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley used to be on G4 TV, G4 Tech TV, all that good stuff. And once the the station died 2 years later because it died in about 2012, if I'm not mistaken. 2 years later, Jeff came back with the Game Awards. Really, really, really dope concept because there aren't any Game Awards out there, well, that are publicly known like that. They have the little awards in the background, giving developers kudos, but this is on a grand scale where he brings together people all over the industry, and it's an amazing concept, and it's been around since, like I said, 2014. So this is the 6th Game Awards, man. Wow. Okay.
6 Game Awards, and
Yes.
this isn't the first time I have seen the Game Awards do this shit, because they did this 2 years ago as well, my guy.
Oh gosh. Okay. Whoa. Hold on. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we are angry. There's a lot of people that are extremely angry right now. For many reasons.
I'm finna go off on everybody there.
Hold on.
First.
Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. Because I'm trying not to go ham neither. I want to talk about the good stuff. Okay. Because there were a lot of highlights. There were a lot of games shown. And I want to put it out there. Congratulations to all of the winners of tonight in all categories. Congratulations. Hey, hold on. We got time, y'all. I want to say congratulations to everybody that was a part of the game show, and I want to say thank you to everybody out there that's creating video games for us to critique and play these games. First of all, because we love the medium. So please excuse our passion. Congratulations again to everybody, all of the winners. Now, the good stuff. Let's talk about the good. Then we'll talk about the bad and then the ugly.
All right.
So,
the good thing that started. Can I go?
Go ahead. You already started. The
first thing that happened was how they started the Game Awards.
That was one.
Lost my mind. My voice.
That was one hell of an opening.
Yeah.
First off, I missed the opening, but
wow.
Yeah, because I wasn't home. I had to work.
Copy. It was one hell of a fucking opening. I didn't expect that at all. I think 5 minutes in after they started at exactly 8:00. All you heard was the slashing, and I was like, oh shit, we got the smash reveal already. What?
That new Marvel Fire.
Yo, let me say something. I was expecting, to laugh, because I was expecting Fortnite to be in the game. A Fortnite.
Oh yeah, same. No, same. I was expecting that as well.
I was ready to laugh all the Smash community fans out there into the ground. I was ready to troll the shit out of them because I know they would have been aggravated for getting, 2 duds.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but then the minute we heard One Wing Angel drop,
yeah.
Oh, fuck no.
See, I can't say anything because now I can't say anything on that part because I'm also one of the few who missed the opening. Now, the thing what's funny about it is I was playing Kingdom Hearts. I was streaming Kingdom Hearts. I was playing Melody of Memories. And I literally just finished One Wing Angel playing that song. And somebody in my chat wrote, Sephiroth and Smash. And I thought they were just, messing with me. Like, oh yeah, haha, Sephiroth and Smash. I thought they were joking with me. I went to the main chat that me and Danny are a part of, and everybody at once blew up our chat. And I'm like, oh my god, this is real? What?
I'm like, we live in a timeline where Sephiroth can now throw hands with Cloud and Mario was bad. Sephiroth came your best. Sephiroth came your best. No. You can dodge me, bitch? Like, you ain't safe nowhere.
Yo, Mushu, forget about that. He gets to throw hands with a gorilla. He gets to Donkey Kong treat me. He gets bongoed in the face by a whole ass monkey, bro.
finally.
First off, gonna be fire.
What happened?
That new Martha put in Smash.
Yes. Keep going, keep talking, keep spitting your shit, man. The shit, you got the stage right now.
That new, like I said, the whole Sephiroth thing. I'm gonna watch that trailer. I'm gonna watch it, but I was seeing it blow up on my Facebook. Like I said, I enjoy drinking salty tears from the Smash. It's like,
well, the tears aren't salty today, man.
Yeah. Nope. Get a whole
nother. There's a couple people who's salty. I've already seen it. Yeah, I've actually seen it. There's a couple salts for it.
So Sephiroth win the whole mad contest.
A lot of people has been salty because like they're like, oh great, we're having another anime character, this, that, and the third. And I'm just
anime.
Here, and I'm just like looking at people like, I don't know why you're upset about it. At least he's not an Echo fighter. He's playing on a different style, and he's doing his own thing.
No, like his moveset I remember from Dissidia, like the Final Fantasy fighting game, is that exact moveset that he's using. And I'm like, oh my god, they really went there.
Yeah.
They went there with the Dissidia moveset. I saw the Octoslash, the Scintilla, Black Materia. We popped the one wing on that, yo. This man about to destroy everything. And
I shitted on myself. I put up my reaction because I'm sitting here like, okay, Smash, let me turn my phone on because it's Smash, and I was ready to, like I said, laugh at the Smash community. But as soon as One Wing Angel started playing, I lost my shit. I was like, no fucking way. And if you watching the video, I was holding back some motherfucking tears. I was trying my hardest not to fucking cry.
I screamed and cried like a I screamed and cried.
I mean, that's what Sephiroth does to you, bro.
Yeah.
That's what Sephiroth does to you, though.
You see, you see when, my favorite part of the entire scene, like the entire trailer, was when we thought he bodied Mario.
Yo,
that shit.
Holy shit, Mario fucking died.
Bruh. I was like, oh,
I think the thing what's killing me the most in the fandom right now is everybody and their mother is having a field day with Kirby Sephiroth.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. God. Kirby Sephiroth is gonna be a fucking monster.
Like they are working quick.
And Sephiroth is dropping this month. Holy shit.
Next week, Sakurai gonna do a presentation on Sephiroth with Tetsuya Nomura. I'm like, oh lord, even Nomura.
Yeah, the two gods are in the same room. Yeah.
Nomura's gonna be there, like, yo.
Papa Nomura.
Papa Nomura on this.
Yeah,
on this
Papa's
shit.
Papa Nomura. Wow.
I now have a reason to go to Smash tournaments.
Yo.
This is
honestly.
Flex.
Yeah. Now I have a full roster that makes me want to play the game again. You know, I play with Cloud, I play with Banjo, and I finally have another character. Yeah.
Hear me out. I can go to a Smash tournament because I can play every variant of One Wing Angel while chucking deodorant at niggas.
Yo, what is wrong with this man? What is wrong with this man?
We got a new stage too. We got the another Final Fantasy plant.
The Genova. Yeah, where he's fighting Genova.
I'm like, yo, we only got One Wing Angel, and then after adding another song, I'm like, yo, another song. Thank God Square's not trying to be that stingy.
I hope they give us the Advent Children rock theme. I really hope
we're getting the original and the movie version.
Oh, thank God.
The movie version.
Because I like how they mixed it.
On that too, because Smash.
What happened?
Smash has a great soundtrack.
Yeah, Smash has the greatest OST of all time, hands down. Period.
Oh yeah, agreed. Because they always put their own little spin and their own little taste on, like, oh, okay, we're gonna jazz it up a little bit. Like the whole Persona 5, like when they did the version of Joker's, like, Yeah, like you
That
see,
was
it
that was
sounded
a dope
amazing.
opening
That
too,
was
by
an
the way.
absolute banger. That was a banger.
I wasn't happy with Joker being there, and like I would have been happy and excited for it, but it kind of weirdly put a bad taste in my mouth, and it actually made me happy. And it's not because I was like, oh, I don't want it there. It's because Shin Megami Tensei fans unfortunately react bad, which ended up happening that way.
Anyways, we're not talking about the
No. I'm not getting
Tenseis.
into it, but it kind of just was like, oh no, they're gonna say something about it, and it just kind of just ended up being like that with me, and I was like, all
Yeah.
right, well, I guess.
Okay. But we all agree that that was one hell of an opening. That right
Oh,
there.
agreed.
That right there was amazing. A couple of things I want to mention as well before we get into some other things. Left 4 Dead is coming back with Back for Blood. That looks
I
fun.
know it's Left 4 Dead 3. It's basically Left 4 Dead 3.
Well, you mean 4, Left 4 Dead 4, because 3 came out already. What's it about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead 4.
Yeah, it's Left 4 Dead 4.
That game looks great.
Yeah, that looks really, really good. And I was like, okay, Xbox, and then come to find out that's gonna be on all systems. Ha ha ha! Yes,
Oh.
yes it is.
Ah.
Wait, unless I'm bugging, I have to go back. I don't want anybody crucifying me.
I think
Because
Steam first and then everything else.
Yeah, there's a couple of games where I said, okay, I have to get an Xbox, and then come to find out it's gonna be multi-plat. And I was like, whoa, Microsoft. And this is once again me not coming at everybody, because if you check out my tweets, I was tweeting the entire time. Follow me at Malik Champloo on Twitter. The entire time I was going ham. Every time a game that looks extremely interesting popped up, I was like, I need this. Perfect Dark. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It looks fucking beautiful, man. Like,
Oh yeah, it looks gorgeous. Yeah.
oh my god. There was another game that they showed. It looked like it looked like a mixture of Mass Effect and Death Stranding. It was called I have to go back.
I know what you're talking about. Damn.
Shorty was in like in the suit. It's a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, okay. And then she pulled out the sword, and I was like, you got a gun and a sword?
Yeah, honestly, like when I was like watching, I was like, wait, no, like the whole time I was just like, all right, I guess this game looks cool. As soon as she pulled out the sword, I was like, well, I guess that's what I'm getting. Just getting it right there. She has the duels, she has the dual weapons. If she doesn't have her gun on it, like if it gets knocked out of her hand, she's like, oh, word, you thought I was done? I got a sword.
Fucking Nexus, the polishing on that, and I hate using that word polish, but the polish on that game looks fucking amazing. Watching that shit run in 60 FPS 4K, I was like, holy shit. I'm glad they pushed this fucking game back, because it was supposed to come out this summer, the summer that just passed. So they pushed it back. Shouts out to Platinum Games and Namco Bandai. That shit looks beautiful as fuck. What happened?
I need to address.
Damn, Mushu, you sound like you're underwater, bro.
I said Platinum Games, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. I'm glad, and this is one thing I gotta say about Platinum Games. Microsoft, if you're listening, when it comes to Platinum Games, let them work. Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Don't tell them what direction. Don't. Exactly. That's why we're not getting Scalebound. You know, let them work. Let them fucking work. Throw the money at them.
In a way, it's just a different like play style and a different like setting for applicants. That was Scalebound.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, Astral Chain is pretty much Scalebound. Yeah.
But you know, anime JoJo cops. So yeah.
let them work. Let them work. Just throw the money at them if they ask for something. And I'm pretty sure they're not asking for a lot of money, because they're Japanese developers. So they're always working, and I know these things. They're always working within their budgets unless it's necessary. They are not like these American companies that are consistently hemorrhaging money and giving us shitty ass games.
Yeah.
Prime example. What's that shit called? Anthem and Microsoft. Yeah.
Look, now it's funny.
Hold on. Hold that thought, Coffee, because Show Enough was about to say something.
All right,
Speaking
go.
of Platinum, I need to know who from Platinum was sucking dick at Microsoft for JPO RPG. Microsoft don't even touch that. Touch that spectrum.
They were trying.
I'm fucking dying.
They were trying. They tried to go in that direction, but like I was saying, what they don't comprehend is this: just give just give it to the companies, just leave it to them, let them work. Don't stop hovering over them and don't do that. Don't fucking do that, because certain studios that have a reputation, and I'm not talking about like one single director like Kojima. No. You have a company that's been around for years and they're always delivering amazing experiences. So due to the fact that they're always delivering amazing experiences, including Smash Brothers, if you don't know, now you know, Platinum actually are the developers behind Super Smash Brothers. Let them fucking work. Give them the money, let them work. Don't hover over them, just allow them to work. But when you're throwing in ideas and you're asking them to change certain things and asking them to implement certain things for Western audiences and things like that, it don't work like that. This is not 305 Studios. This is not Microsoft Games.
May I add on to that? Because it's interesting that you're talking about that, because unfortunately, everyone, he's speaking so many truths, it's ridiculous. But it's unfortunate because when you have these companies being greedy and be like, oh, I need money, I goblin. Like, it's kind of just like, bro, please, you're gonna make the game bad. Pure example of this. I love this series. I know I'm gonna get yelled at for saying this, but Kingdom Hearts 3 is the example of a company, Disney, and I am not afraid to say this. Disney had way too much of their hand in Kingdom Hearts 3. We deserved so much better, but Disney decided to have their grubby little goblin hands into it. And it's unfortunate. Like, I love Kingdom Hearts, but that was one of the things that, it had a lot of delays. A lot of people got upset because of the delays, but Square Enix had to keep explaining to people like, oh, I'm sorry, it's not delayed purposely because of this, that, and the third. Another thing, for example, of why people the companies need to leave, or the fandom or whatever the case needs to leave them alone. Animal Crossing. Now, Mushu is aware of this because I remember saying this a while back. Animal Crossing was supposed to come out last year. Fall
you
of
told us last
year.
podcast,
Yeah. So they ended up stressing them out so much, they ended up taking a 2-month vacation and they just stopped. And it's crazy because not every person or company is willing to think that, oh, damn, maybe I'm stressing out my team too much. And this is the reason why the game came out bad. Or, man, maybe we should have thought this better. There's so many examples of games that I can truly point out where you see that it was a lot of work, but you can tell it was incredibly soulless because it was rushed. Super Bowl Monkey, when it came out for the Switch, is one of the examples that I want to enjoy the game, but it feels so soulless. I truly can't play it.
Really, that game fell off.
Yeah, that's an example because it's messed up.
Banana Blitz and remade it, but you still got the same JP control for 2003.
But it's messed up because a lot of companies do that with their if it's not a small company, because there is a couple small companies I can also put on the chopping block with that, but there's a couple big companies that I also could do it, because Sega, obviously I'm gonna say Phantasy Star because they could have made new graphics, new story, everything, but they decided to do the lazy route and decided to be like, oh, okay, this is perfectly fine. But then it's oh man, there was one indie company it's Comic Jumper. It's an indie game. It's on Xbox 360. You can tell that it was a low budget thing, but you also could tell that it was kind of rushed. And you could tell every so often with certain things or like what would happen in the story. And it's kind of like, damn, this game would have been better if it wasn't rushed or it just was like, oh, we're gonna just pull out anything or we're gonna get money, you know?
If only they get to put effort into the thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Ah, man. But besides that, yeah, there were some highlights. There were more highlights. Definitely go check out the full stream of the Game Awards. Now, we got two more things to talk about. We're gonna talk about the bad and the ugly. Ah, man. Because the ugly, we know what the ugly is at the very ending. So hold on, guys, right? The bad. I want to speak about the bad. Once again, Microsoft didn't show off any exclusives besides Perfect Dark and Forza.
We don't give a fuck about Forza. Shut up about that.
I mean, wait, but didn't they show Elder Scrolls? Because that was one of the other ones. I remember that was one of the things, wasn't it?
Is that exclusive title?
Yes.
No.
That's always been. No, that is.
No.
Elder Scrolls.
No?
What are you talking about? No.
No. Elder Scrolls is not exclusive.
Elder Scrolls is on all platforms besides the Switch. Well, Oblivion's on the Switch, yeah, but not online.
Skyrim's on the Switch.
Sorry,
okay.
Skyrim's on the Switch. Okay.
Then.
Yeah. But if we're wrong, if we're wrong there and there are other games, please let us know. But that's one of the bad things that I didn't really like from this right here, because what happened?
There's like Skyrim on Game Pass. Here you go. Like, what?
Yeah. Like I like Game Pass, right? Because they're paying the studios. But I don't like Game Pass because once they get that lump sum of money, then money starts trickling in slowly, and we're talking about $5, $10, $15, or possibly about like maybe $2,000 or $3,000 every 3 months. 3 to 6 months. They don't come in monthly. So when it comes to streaming, everything is accumulated. So when you guys go and buy Game Pass, that's cool. Now it all depends on how many times a game is played and downloaded. If you don't go and play and download these games and you have a long watch time, if you don't have a long play time on that game, those studios do not receive any money at all. Now that's way worse than somebody going out and purchasing a game for $30, $50, $60, because they automatically get that lump sum back, opposed to having to sit and wait 3 to 6 months for a couple of dollars. Because all streaming services, like I said, if you guys don't know, read up on how they divide up the money. It's basically pennies on the dollar or pennies on the stream. So if you guys aren't consistently playing and downloading these games, like I said, that lump sum of money that they do receive to put their games on Game Pass after that, yeah, so what? Your game is basically free. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The reason why I'm saying that is because, and this is a good thing, and then we're going to get into the bad part about it, all of the Yakuza games are officially on Microsoft. So all the Xbox heads are losing their minds because they have Flight Simulator. Oh, sorry, they showed Flight Simulator 2.
Simulator. Get out of here.
They showed Flight Simulator.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When they showed the oh, this is exciting, it's a new thing, and then you see Flight Simulator, I had a little bit of a blank face because I was like, if I really wanted to play it, I can pull out my dinosaur computer and play the old games that I used to, because I still have the joypad and everything.
Fucking Flight. Go ahead.
I can play 1928, whatever that airplane game is. Fuck that shit. Gonna bring back all that. What? That shit out of here.
Flight Flight Simulator. Fucking who the hell left? Mushu? Yeah, Mushu left. Because his boss is probably like, what the fuck are you doing on your phone? No. Yeah. So now they have the Yakuza games, and congratulations. And I said this on my timeline, when the games drop and they're released, go and buy the games. Do not just play them on Game Pass. Game Pass is basically a fucking demo disc a month, you could say. A free all access demo disc. If you like the game and support it and you want more, please go out and buy the Yakuza games. I personally don't like them like that, but they are really cool games. They're cool.
Yeah, they're
cool
very good storytelling games that might get you into it. You'll never know.
Yeah. They're out there, and I want to play Like a Dragon because I love RPG games, and I like the fact that they mixed.
RPG?
Huh?
Is it like a turn-based RPG or
action?
No?
Yes. Yeah. It's turn-based. Like a Dragon, number 7, Yakuza 7 is turn-based. Yes.
I actually wanted to get into that series because I like the Yakuza type games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I actually want to get into that. So like. My next pay, I'm actually gonna invest in like the Yakuza games. Because they're cheap on PSN.
Yeah, I think the same thing with like I think they're all on PS Now as well. If I'm not mistaken, but yeah, they're dirt cheap. You can find them shits everywhere for like ultra cheap, man. But that's the bad part about it is that every single Yakuza game is gonna be on Game Pass, and
everyone mentioned 6 and 5 remastered.
Wait, what happened?
I know they mentioned like 5 and 6.
Yeah, they mentioned all of them, bro. Like,
they said all of them were remastered. They have everything, different engine and everything. They remastered everything.
Yeah, every single Yakuza game is officially going to be on the Xbox, which is good.
I mean, it's good, but a lot of people, I think that's going to be kind of a double-edged sword, personally, because, the original games came out on PlayStation, so, yeah, it's cool to see it on Xbox, but it kind of slightly confuses me to see it not also released on PlayStation, because I'm like, this is gonna start something. Like I feel it.
Now, I agree.
That's a single thing, though. Like
talk about it. Yeah.
If they want to be ballsy, they might just buy Sega.
I mean, you say that now, but Atlas technically owns Sega, and they're also owned by Nintendo.
So, like, I know, like, of course, I know that Sega was divided between Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Nintendo having the biggest of the shares. So, kind of makes sense.
Now, what I was going to say is this to what Coffee was saying. Coffee is basically saying, it's going to cause some, yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. You hiding in the closet?
Huh?
You hiding in the closet right now?
Funny. No, because I know my job connection is there, but I just clocked out of work, so I'm way home now.
Okay,
what I missed? We still talking about the
bad,
talking about the ugly?
We're talking about the bad right now. So, Coffee, I agree with you that it's going to cause some strife. Everyone's going to be boasting on the Microsoft Xbox side, like, how we got the games. Not necessarily, because I want to see those numbers of how many games were sold. You could have it. That's fine. But if the ecosystem, quote unquote, the people aren't supporting the games, you kind of, because Microsoft threw money at them to get their games on the system. Now it's up to you guys to show that
which games
Yakuza, all the Yakuza games.
Oh yeah, like apparently, like people are loving Yakuza, but more people are buying on PlayStation and Xbox, and it's like,
Yeah, well, they're getting all of the games now, and what Coffee was saying is that what happened?
Including Like a Dragon or no?
Yeah, Like a Dragon was released. Yeah, Like a Dragon was released on the Xbox Series X and S first. Then the PlayStation 4 just got it recently, like 2 weeks ago, I think, or like a day or two after it was released.
On PlayStation than Xbox, and it's like,
Damn. And that's the whole thing. Yeah, we need to see those numbers. Like, I want to see how many Like a Dragon sales were sold, because I'm in all types of forums. Nobody on the Xbox side is talking about Like a Dragon. Because they don't like RPG games, they don't like turn-based games. So it's like,
well, I mean,
shooters.
That was the first time. That's the first time of them going with that concept of a Yakuza game. Because the previous ones, it had the aspect where you could have that like open world RPG element, but like when you see the new one, it's the turn-based, and the reason why it's turn-based, because they explain it, is that the new guy played so much Dragon Quest when he was younger. He just sees the world as an MMO. Like, that's the reason why we have it turn-based, because of him. Like, he sees the whole world as an RPG.
And for someone like me, that draws me in, because I like turn-based RPGs, and I like the spin on it.
So honestly, the whole leveling up system, party system, like, that's great. I'm like, I want to get it.
Yeah, and I want to do, like, the whole Yakuza world is just crazy. It's just like, I seen a clip of a dude with his fucking, he was wearing a diaper or something. Or I think he was ass naked, and he like humps you. Huh?
Oh wait, are you talking about was the guy like completely naked and he was just like hip thrusting towards you?
Yes. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's a joke that's been in the fandom for like years.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's been in the joke. That's been a joke for years.
And then the most recurrent thing in Yakuza is fucking Mr. Shakedown. Big dude.
Yeah, Mr. Shakedown.
You know, so Xbox heads, you guys, have the Yakuza series, but it's all about the numbers, baby. If you guys get it and don't buy it, prime example, when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and you guys didn't go out and buy the fucking game.
Facts.
Now you guys are wondering why you guys don't get certain games. It's like, because you guys don't support it. You guys only support sports games.
Y'all bitch for it. We gave it to y'all, and y'all still aren't happy. So like, we can't give you nothing.
Mind you, I'm trying to be extremely neutral as possible, because I want to see the Xbox have some really dope games, because you guys have the power. You guys have...
Wait, don't they have another game that's kind of like Breath of the Wild, but Immortal Phoenix Rising or some shit like that?
That's on all... What are you talking about? That's on all consoles.
Never mind. I thought it was an Xbox exclusive. I see it on Xbox.
No.
So never mind.
Nah, it's on all consoles. Yeah, that's by... That just came out.
Phoenix Rising was promoted on Xbox first.
What happened?
Phoenix Rising was promoted on Xbox first.
Oh, okay. That's what. Okay. That's why I thought it was Xbox because it was showed up on Xbox.
Yeah, but it's out. It's out on all consoles.
Okay. I wish Microsoft would go back to the 360 time when they had game developers instead of people who would just wear suits in corporate.
I agree, because the 360, I would say the early and mid console cycle of the 360 was amazing, and then they started to decline the last 3 years of the 360 being out, because they were focused on the Xbox One. Yeah, so like they started off with some dope RPGs, they started off with some dope as hell first person shooters. That's when Forza was introduced. Like all of these, hold on. Yeah, the PS3 had a super rocky start.
Even though PS3 sold more, because Sony always sell more, because Sony has a large, like I said, Microsoft don't have a large Eastern fan base. They're like Microsoft fan base is from South and Central America and the Americas and the West, like the Western. Which included Europe and the Americas, Central and South America. You get the large community for the Xbox. So it's like that's one.
And another thing I want to add to that, bro, is this. It's about the fucking games, though. It doesn't matter if something brand new comes out, it could do good or bad. Look at Nintendo. Nintendo, everybody knows the name Nintendo. Why did they only sell 14 million Wii U's? it's Nintendo. They should have sold like hotcakes, right? They didn't have any fucking games besides Smash. 1, 2. Their marketing for the system was horrible. So it's not about the console. It's not about whatever. It's about the games and it's about the marketing at the end of the day.
Especially of like what console, because you also can see what you get. Like Microsoft tries to bring in the same revenue as Sony, but it'll always and forever be awkward because PlayStation has a lot of the big booming companies that come out with so many amazing games, and when Xbox tries to bring them in, they get those companies, but they're indie games. Which end up, like, I'm not, of course, shitting on indie games. I'm just saying, like, it's going to obviously be different because, of course, you know, for example, the 360 on those days, or the PlayStation 2, how many people did you truly see with the PlayStation 3 to an Xbox 360? A lot of people had the 360 onto what I remember anyway, because of a lot of the indie games and other things that drew them in.
Yeah, the Penny Arcade. That's what, the Xbox Arcade. Excuse me. Yeah, the Xbox Arcade was like really innovative. Like, I remember when that came out.
Yeah, because it was booming.
Yeah,
like we had
accessibility.
Yeah, because we had a lot of interesting picks. Like we had the Sonic and Knuckles. We had Jet Set Radio, which was unexpected for everybody for us to get that. And then we have so many other things that was like, oh shit, this is the good old classic thing, and it brought a lot of people in. And if it wasn't that, it was indie games that was also bringing it in, like Castle Crashers. Everybody and their mother was playing Castle Crashers. If it wasn't Castle Crashers, it was oh man, I don't know why that one's. I have to go back to that one. But there's like so many other ones. Oh well, that's a shoot. It's a pea shooter. It's Trouble Witches Neo. That was another thing that got big. Or Phantom Breaker, which was a beat 'em up game, like a side scroller beat 'em up, and that got big. So like, you can see where the companies are split in between. Like, I will say, Xbox is trying hard again to bring that back in. However, I don't think that the Game Pass is the right thing to do. Me personally, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mostly because people are gonna want to play for Yakuza and Yakuza alone, and I genuinely think they're not gonna touch any other game. They're gonna just be like, "Oh, I want this game. I'm gonna play this, and I'll never play it again." And that's gonna shoot them in the foot for it. I genuinely think that's gonna happen.
What was that?
Like I said, if the game thing about the Game Pass 2, which could have been better if they didn't make it accessible to PC.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes,
another reason why it's gonna shoot in the foot.
I was.
Yeah, if I can play on PC, what's the one playing on Xbox?
Yeah, I was saying this on the Lord Champa show. Definitely go check it out. I was explaining the business aspect of that. It's obvious they don't give two shits about consoles, the Xbox consoles. They're worried about as much revenue as possible, period. Like, it's all about, okay, we can shell out a lot of money to get these games on here, but imagine that in order to play what is it, Game Pass, you gotta have an Xbox. Why not put it on everything else so we can get $15 a month from everywhere consistently? That adds up. So now it's Xbox, or what is it called? Xbox Game Pass. And the next console, when it comes to Xbox, there may not be another Xbox console. Or the next one's going to come out, then that shit is done. They're not releasing any more consoles. Because all they have to do is just give out a couple of $100,000, maybe $1 million or $2 million, get your game on our shit, and then that's automatic. That's automatic millions. If you have 5, 6, 7 million people paying $15, and I gave your company $1 million for your entire catalog or your one game, That's insane. Like, if you really do the math, that's fucking genius.
Oh yeah.
And that's fucking genius. And they're just
genius.
gonna be like, we don't need to make fucking consoles because you could play this on the Stadia. You could play this on the PC. You could play this on your old Xboxes. You could play this on your fucking phone. You could. Aren't they talking about trying to get it on the Switch? Like, yo, that's fucking crazy. That's diabolical, man. Like, I see it. And even what's his name? And we're making this into an Xbox thing, unfortunately. What's the guy's name? The guy that runs Xbox right now? What's his name?
I don't even know.
Who? You said Jean Reno?
I don't. I honestly do not know.
Well, the guy that runs Xbox, he did an article. Everybody look this up, where he literally said, "We don't care how many Xboxes we sell. It doesn't matter."
I'm just definitely looking it up.
I know,
That nigga, yeah, check it out.
Xbox got that fuck you money, like they got that. I can work my own ass with my money.
Like they got deep pockets, but at the end of the day, they're realizing it's not the hardware, it's the software.
Yeah.
The software is where the money is at. At the end of the day, look at how movie theaters are gone. You feel me? It's not, the Cineplex experience is amazing and all, but people just want to see the fucking movies. And the only place where we used to be able to only access these movies when they come out is in movie theaters. So now that we have crazy streaming services, now these companies are like, why the fuck do we need a big ass movie theater? We can get millions and millions of streams and views off of HBO Max and fucking Disney Plus and shit like that. And you can see that they're trying to, this is when it comes to movies specifically, they're trying to figure out how the game works. An example of that is Mulan. They dropped that shit for $30 when it first came out. Nobody bought the shit. Now everybody's watching Mulan because it's free, right? One year later, hold on.
I ain't
1
watching
year.
that garbage, by the way, so
Check it out. 1 year later now, what did Warner Brothers say? We're releasing all of our movies for free on HBO Max. You don't have to pay for it. Just get HBO Max. Nigga, that's a re-up right there. That is a fucking re-up. Because
I have HBO Max because of that.
Yep, because everybody's going to get HBO Max when a new movie drops, which is possibly every 2 to 3 months from Warner Brothers. Wonder Woman's coming out. Let me get HBO Max. That's a sale for them because they're going to get the revenue stream for like how many times people are watching that movie. Now, when it comes to the gaming, yeah.
Like one thing, we still talk about streaming services. Hulu had a massive download increase when they fucking back in November when they brought back Animaniacs with Pinky and the Brain. So Hulu fucking skyrocketed after that shit.
Yeah, it's skyrocketed.
People like us in our generation who love the oldies for nostalgia.
Exactly.
Hold up. Technically, Hulu started launching when he started doing live sports.
When they started what?
When he started doing live sports.
They started doing
That's when Hulu started going up.
They're doing the live sports.
Yeah. And when it comes to gaming, though, they're trying to figure out how they're getting that money. Microsoft, they already got it down packed. Microsoft already has the cloud gaming down packed. They already got the streaming down packed. That's their thing. Okay, Microsoft, listen to me. Your thing is cloud gaming and streaming. Stick to it. Nintendo, family-friendly games across the board on cheap hardware. Keep at it. Sony, are you guys ready for the segue? This is the best segue ever. Sony, you guys need to stick to your your video games that are like movies because people love them. Honestly, and that's me being real because Sony's in the middle. They're for kids and then they're for adults. You got Nintendo games where adults 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 like to play Nintendo games, but Nintendo's mainly for kids and Microsoft is for the mature gamer. Now, what I meant by this is a great segue is because not everybody likes all of PlayStation's video games like movies.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the fucking ugly. The Last of Us 2 ain't deserve shit.
No, I definitely agree to that.
The narration, art direction,
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
I
Fuck
have
out of here.
a very, very pissed off rant about the whole thing. I already did it before. Everybody, when the game came out, got excited and pumped about the game. And they were like, oh, this game's gonna be amazing. Oh, it's gonna be good, this, that, and the third. Then everybody in the fandom suddenly turned a complete 180 because when they found out that Ellie was lesbian, they decided to be homophobic about the game, and then they told people not to play the game. And
wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I can give you a whole, like, somebody a while back on Twitter, I gotta find it again, but they were just like, Last of Us had a whole roller coaster and nobody really understands the idea that we got like a game of the year is wild. Like, to me, I played a little bit of the game, I watched it because I was like, alright, I don't want to play it anymore, I just want to watch somebody do it, and all of it just did not feel satisfying. Like, all of it just kind of was like, yeah, it didn't deserve a sequel. Because it was all well and good. The beginning of the story was great, but then to me, it felt like it fell off in the middle to end, where it kind of was just like, okay, what is happening? Like, I felt myself lost, or I just felt no interest in wanting to play. And then when I got to the end, I was kind of like, I don't know how to feel about this.
First off, the way that they made Joe's character in part 2 was a complete 180. Like, they made him this gullible, yeah, I trust you, let's go over here. And let him to get his ass beat to death. Which
I don't understand why they did that either. They changed his personality almost drastically, and that didn't set well with me.
And I'm like, Joe was very cautious. Joe was very cautious. He was very protective of Ellie, but in the first one, as the game went along, because he seen Ellie as his daughter that died in the beginning of the game.
I hate to have a phone call in the middle of the night.
Welcome back.
I know, every time I get a phone call, it cuts me out. So, we still on the battle, we about to move to the ugly.
Talking about the ugly now. Show enough's giving his piece, then you can go next, bro.
So I'm like, that's what I'm like. See, like I said, they should have made Last of Us 2 focus on Abby's side of everything. That would be better. Because the way they interjected Abby and Ellie's character made no sense.
Thank you.
He finally said it. Someone finally said it.
Thank you.
That's why I don't understand why the game. That's what I mean by it lost direction. Truly lost direction in a point that you don't understand.
Thank you. Mushu, before you, go ahead, cause I got a list right here in front of me. Jesus Christ.
About everything about how the Last of Us didn't want anything because the fucking crooks and oh my god! All right, like every time I see The Last of Us 2, and I even played some of it before I fucking returned it. I was just like, what was the reason? The direction, trash. Story, trash. Like, the fact that, alright, you play as Ellie, cool, she has a thing, you kill off Joel, and then I'm like, alright, cool, so now we'll keep playing Ellie. Like, no, you go into a whole different character for the rest of the game. What? How you go from Ellie to Abby to make you feel for Ellie? What? No, fuck this game.
That's what I
Fuck
mean
this
by
game.
the direction of the game didn't make sense, because that whole in between without explaining made me like, what the fuck, am I playing the same game? And I genuinely thought I like skipped over something, or maybe I did something wrong. Oh, maybe this was a glitch, and I started it over, and I was like, wait, are you serious?
No, you
Imagine this.
You jump from two separate characters on different spectrums. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, this is why Naughty Dog needs to fucking hire me. Are you guys ready for a better version of a game direction, and which would bring the characters back for more? All jokes aside,
go for it.
and if it's shitty, be like, shut up, Malik. But if you guys feel what I'm saying, y'all be like, okay. Imagine the first. You get the game, you pop it in, Joel dies and all that extra shit. You're still playing as Ellie the entire way through. We don't know anything about anybody on their side at all. We don't see nothing with these motherfuckers at all besides when they're interacting with Ellie. The ending still happens. You know, they fight and she's like, fuck it. Even though I killed everybody in your fucking camp, I killed almost everybody in your life, I'm gonna let you go because, you know, violence is bad. That's fine. When the game is finally done, hold on, check this out. Hold on, listen. As soon as the game is done, just like in Resident Evil 2, why don't then you allow the people to play from Abby's side, and then it starts off from the beginning where you find out that little girl was the daughter of the fucking thing, and then you play the entire game again as Abby on her side, seeing her point of view. So instead of them crossing and melting things in one playthrough and then having you play it over and over and over again for trophies, you play one side like Leon Kennedy, then you play the other side with Ellie, like one side with Abby as Leon, the other side with Ellie as Claire. But the stories but the stories are together. You feel me? Because the way they tried to weave it together, I'm like, this was last minute. I was watching the entire game being played. I'm like, this, you can tell they threw in Abby in there last minute. You can tell they threw her in there last minute.
Because when Naughty Dog had the whole conflict thing with the employees, and more than half of them fucking left. So they had to do a hack job.
They was treating their employees like shit.
See, now, I'm gonna say I completely agree that it should have been like a Resident Evil for the stories to be woven. Because the idea that you restart all again like it's fucking Groundhog Day baffles me. And I'm just like, what? Like, it didn't make any sense. Sense. Like, you, like, I know you probably were confused, like, wait. Because that's exactly what happened to me. I was just like, is the game just going wrong? Or, like, what's happening? Is this a new story extra thing? And they
they just fucked up and didn't bother to change it.
But they didn't explain anything. That's the problem.
Exactly.
They didn't even explain. Even if you're gonna write a story like that of Abby and Ellie, you're supposed to connect things together, not interweave. I understand. I truly understand. But you can't do that. It doesn't work, especially in that environment that they're in. It does not work. And it doesn't
out of place.
It's not out of no. I want to say it's out of place. It could have worked, but it's not, like, for the type of games like that. It could either work or it was just completely just like, oh well, that was pointless, which ended up being that was pointless. They made it like, okay, for example, if they wanted to do one of those stories, like, they got separated in a point of time, and then it was her side of one thing and the other side, and then they got together, and then if they're together, they explain of what happened on whatever end of their story, so it adds up stuff. Okay, it would have made sense, but there was no explanation for anything of what happened on either of their sides, even if it was a new story, which, as I said before, loses the direction. So you're like, what direction am I going? What?
Exactly. The direction is play the game and find out. And I was having arguments on my Twitter with people, and I'm like, yo, it did not deserve. First of all, let's start with best game direction. All right, I'm like, this did not.
Fucking, they bought all their wins.
So what I say,
They bought all
so what I say about the whole game direction, that Last of Us did not deserve. And I truly will say what deserved the best game direction or the art aesthetic style, what should have went. Ghost of Tsushima deserved every amount of
Ghost deserved.
Now,
bruh.
well, the reason why it deserves it is because it's not only beautiful visually, but as you're playing the game, the art style, of course, for me, is going to make me excited because I'm an artist. But it draws you in, and it makes you like,
the first 15 minutes,
beautiful.
The first 15 minutes of the game takes you from a bloody beach to a beautiful fucking flower-filled field by the fucking water, and the music is. Oh my, like, it immerses you. Like, what the fuck am I playing?
Yeah, it's an outer body. It's not an outer body experience, but it's like an outer gaming experience.
Yeah.
And someone like
and
me,
then
just with Ghost of Tsushima, someone like me, when I realized it's Sucker Punch, I even caught somebody Easter eggs from previous Sucker Punch games, like Infamous, even fucking Sly Cooper, and I'm like, yo, they really added this shit in here. I fucking love this game.
Like the direction of the game, like, and now let's talk about like Ghost. This is why I feel personally why Ghost of Tsushima deserved best game direction, right? The whole point of the game is trying to balance yourself in the hardest of times between honor and dishonor. You feel me? So
the warring periods of Japan, but yeah.
When Jin found that balance of honor and dishonor, he was pretty much exiled. He was exiled. He found that balance. He's like, yo, listen, you don't have to tell anybody I'm the ghost. I'll go in there and I'll kill these motherfuckers because this is my home. And they're like, no, we're samurai. We must do. I understand we samurai, but we are losing to these motherfuckers.
You have to be fair to your lord.
Exactly. He's like, we can't.
You are fair to your lord. No questions about it. No ifs, ands, or buts.
We can't wait for help. We have to help ourselves. I'm the help. I'll be the silent name of hope for these people. It's okay. I'm okay with that. And then this is why I said best game direction. At the ending, you can choose between killing your uncle and not killing him. And they both have different consequences. They both have different endings. I'm like, holy shit. Come on, son.
The game makes you I'm not gonna say it has like a morality system.
No, not at all.
It's not a morality system, but it's that what if, you know?
Exactly.
Because
another thing, I'm so sorry, Coffee, because another point of the game direction, it's a fucking Japanese Kurosawa movie. You motherfuckers. You're playing a fucking movie, bruh.
Nah, the game overall was just so beautiful. And the idea, like, it didn't even get, like, game direction. Like, I was upset, too, that the music...
The art direction,
I was mad about that not getting, too. But I think I was most disappointed in the award.
Game direction.
That
the moment I saw no game... Oh my god! Oh.
I was mad that the music didn't make it.
Didn't The Last of Us win that?
I was happy about Final Fantasy getting it.
Final Fantasy got it.
But Tsushima, when you go into each like whatever Providence you go in, none of the music is just that mellow move. It has some type of zing to it, which is like, oh my god, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, when those drums kick in too,
yeah. Especially like when you heard it raining. Like when you heard it raining, you hear the music change too.
Yeah,
which
I was
like,
playing the game with my headphones
The
on.
music
I was playing
the weather, and I loved it.
Yeah, I was playing the game with my fucking headphones on, right? And you can literally hear everything at nighttime. Like, say it's nighttime with clear skies. If you have some headphones on, you can hear every cricket. You can hear the foxes. You can hear the fucking the bugs flying around next to you. If you have your what's name on your the certain aesthetic that allows you to check for you know what I'm talking about, for like items nearby and shit like that. Like you can hear everything in the field. You can hear the crackling of the fucking firewood, even if it's like a little bit far away. You can like it's overall. I'm geeking out and I'm mad. I'm fucking mad.
I'm mad too.
I'm fucking mad. There's
a
lot of love that went into that fucking game. There's a lot of love that went into that fucking game. I'm gonna get to something at the ending too, but game of the year went to The Last of Us.
So
that definitely was not deserved.
So I want to say, so we had Animal Crossing, we had Tsushima, we had Dilly Dally,
Hades, Doom Eternal,
Hades. Yes, thank you, Hades. Final Fantasy. Now I'm gonna say, I am very, very, very surprised that Hades didn't get it, or at least Animal Crossing or Final Fantasy. I'm surprised.
I'd rather Animal Crossing.
I'm surprised Animal Crossing didn't get it, because that game is still kicking and everybody's like, oh, it's a dead game, and I'm just like, where? And it gets me crazy because I don't understand how they're seeing it or whatever the case. The thing what gets me crazy more about Hades not getting it is because Hades has been in production for years. And when it came out day one, immediate high sales. So for me not seeing it even remotely be like, oh, okay, you're gonna win, or this, whatever the case, like, the idea that The Last of Us got it, I don't understand how and why it's even remotely like, oh, I'm gonna win this. Everybody, including the, like, user ratings were bad, and yet they decided to choose this game that had really low ratings and scores to be not only the game of the year, but it got chosen as the game of the year, which is very confusing. And
I'll explain that. I'll explain that. Okay, so every single game, I got you. Hold on. Every single game that was chosen in the categories, they went to various gaming outlets like GamerX, IGN, of course. They went to certain YouTube personalities and people like that, asking them, you know, a survey. Game of the year, what do you guys want to be on it? Okay? So that's how The Last of Us 2 got in there. It's not necessarily you choose one and then that's the one that's going to be in there. Of course, they give them about 5 or 6. They'll probably give them about 10 games and then they add them up. They'll tally them up. Game of the year, cool. These are all the ones that got in. Who knows how many fucking games were in there for Game of the Year? Because it's crazy how Doom Eternal got in there. Just saying. Nothing's wrong with Doom Eternal, by the way. That I understand that, but there are a lot of other games that came out this year that was better than that.
Came out because they came out around the same day as Animal Crossing.
Hold on, Hades came out, I think, the same time as Spider-Man Miles Morales.
A little bit before that.
Okay. Yeah. Miles Morales ain't on the fucking list.
Hades is the Celeste of this Game Awards.
Huh?
Hades is the Celeste of this Game Award, because no one knew Celeste, but Celeste was great. Celeste, Yeah,
and I
so
love
that's
Supergiant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I love Transistor is one of my favorite video games of all time. I love Supergiant, but the fact that Hades got on the fucking list is like, whoa, because that showed that, you know, these people, that's what the people vote, that's what the journalists chose. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the main title of, or the main, you know, focus of this episode was the video game awards rigged?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say it, guys and gals, but it actually was not rigged. I know.
I'm not saying it was rigged or anything.
I find it hard for me to accept that it's not rigged. Mostly because of the fact all of the games that was included with Last of Us, all of them overall got voted in and of course beloved, and they were there for a reason. But I truly think that Last of Us didn't deserve to get on every single, like, I understand people's point of view for the direction and the story and the art and whatever else, but that game just was not it for any of those things. But I
agree.
I want to say this, and I'm not gonna say it in the nicest way possible because it's obviously not gonna be nice. But I see it as people looking at it with the rose-colored glasses, and they don't want to take it off and admit the truth. Like, they're going to gatekeep the game and basically be like, oh, it was amazing, and it was amazing. But for the people who played it, and for those like Mushu, he returned it. This isn't even the first person I've heard who said that they returned the game after getting it.
I even
Like,
the game. I returned it.
yeah, like that's what I mean. Like, I think that a lot of those votes were rose-colored glasses votes, where they were like, oh yeah, it was a good game, like, I totally want this, I really want to have this up there, I adored this game, this, that, and the third. But then, like, when they replay it again, they're gonna be like, oh, this is a good game, whatever the case. But like, I don't think it really deserved to be on any of those categories. Like, there's nothing in the slightest that would draw me, especially for art direction. That doesn't even draw me remotely. And yeah, it doesn't deserve to be in there. Like, people
that didn't deserve to be there at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with the rose-colored glasses thing. I think that's what it is, because if, like, one of the things that bothers me about it being there is, I guess, the aesthetic of the end of the world, apocalyptic thing. It reminds people of, like, other games, what has a similar back style or whatever the case is. But
and the clickers, when they finally appear, because remind you, the clickers barely showed up in the fucking game, but when they did pop up, because I watched my homie play through the entire game, and I pinpointed, like, and I love doing this when I don't have a certain game and I watch somebody stream the game. I pinpoint, okay, I would play this because of this reason why, this is why people don't like it, this is why I wouldn't play the game. Literally, the game started, like, the pacing of the game was horrible. The pacing was horrible. When you when they did the switching, that's exhausting, but then the pacing is bad.
Like, that's what I mean by it's the rose-colored glasses. I think people just did it for the literal aesthetic, and I know people's not gonna want to hear that, but I'm gonna just see it as that, because the idea that it got for everything, I'm just like, this seems like a nostalgia train instead of it being a legitimate pick.
I love the first one. Let me tell you, because I'm about to say some real shit, right? So I played the first one this year, right before The Last of Us 2 came out. I started playing the first one a couple years back, didn't continue. So I started brand new, and I love the experience. I understand the connections, blase, 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 blah. 2 comes out. I could care less for spoilers, honestly. I love watching the world burn, though. That's when it comes to video games, not in reality. So I like watching the world burn when it comes to video games. Everybody was hype and happy about the game, then everybody's like, holy shit, what the fuck? Reason why I like watching the world burn is because they didn't show anything when it came to the game besides 2 trailers, and the game has been in development for several years. Anytime that happens,
6 years ago,
that
when it came out hot garbage.
that calls for that's a red flag. Anytime a game has been in development for several years, remember we spoke about Cyberpunk, and I said I like the fact that they showed the dev reports. I love that because they give you 30 minutes of, okay, let's give you an aspect of the game that you're probably going to experience. This is something of the game. Blah, blah, blah. And we're talking about several dev reports over. We didn't get shit until the final, month, 2 months. And that's only because somebody leaked the game. Yup. That's the only reason why we got something from the game. So
angry game developer leaked the game, quit, and then
Now, I don't give a fuck if Ellie's a lesbian. I don't care if Abby looks like a nigga. I don't give
like a whole palace in the blocks, like a whole Minecraft. Yo.
I don't care about none of that shit. Is the story compelling enough to keep me engaged? I was falling asleep watching my homeboy play the game.
Yo, Malik,
I was bored as fuck.
That's how bad the game is.
Okay, hold on. I gotta bust this nut. I gotta bust this nut right here. All right, I gotta bust this nut right here. For all the people that are saying people don't like the game because she's gay. Nobody gives a fuck about that. We love Mass Effect because there are lesbian characters in there. There's gay characters in there. We don't give 2 shits about that. Same thing with Fable. Exactly. Nobody cares about that, right? We don't like the fact that the game's main focus was this and then randomly switches. Okay? I think that's the whole point of the game. That's the game direction, switching, okay? You go from playing as Ellie, out of nowhere you're playing as Abby. Ellie is a fucking beast, a monster. She killed damn near everybody. She went Ellie solo. She went ham. And then right before she killed the bitch that pretty much killed her main nigga, she said, I'm gonna let you go because violence is bad. Get the fuck out of here. Get that shit out of here. You had an epiphany. As you were choking this bitch under the water, you had an epiphany. Nothing else. Like, they didn't show what epiphany she had. She just looked at her as she's killing her. Mind you, she killed everybody. Ruthlessly. When you finally get the bitch that killed your main nigga, you didn't kill her ruthless. That makes no fucking sense. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. If I'm wrong, y'all can say, Malik, you're wrong.
The only thing I see what they're doing with that is okay, I don't know how to say this at all on the way how I'm thinking it, but I'm gonna try to say it anyway. When I see the whole direction of like her choking her out and all this other thing, was the epiphany for me what I always questioned from it. Are you having this realization that I shouldn't have to put her through all of this because it's not her who did it? It was the people she was around who did it. Was it that, or was she just suddenly, I'm gonna have a heart, even though you killed everybody there?
That's the thing. That right there.
Her.
That's the thing right there. You see, right there. They didn't show us. Her epiphany. Hold on.
Me personally, I question. Well, like me personally, I don't know why they even went to it. Like me personally, I feel like they shouldn't even had the whole direction of her killing her in the first place, because then it goes into the fact where it goes into the thing where in games, which I unfortunately can't stand because it's a trope in games, like, I hate you because you did this to this person, even though that I'm not directly in that situation, or
exactly.
I'm not the problem.
involved with that kinda at all, sorta. Even though she kinda was.
Yeah,
exactly.
like she kinda
because
was,
that
but
was
not
beef.
really.
But yeah, that was beef between basically. All right, Joel killed the pops. She was right there. She seen her pops die. Oh, I found this nigga. He gotta die. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, that was justified.
They let short. Exactly. Ellie, you could go. The bitch came back, killed everybody, wilding out. What the fuck?
Like
now,
the thing is like they shouldn't even have literally had her even remotely kill her. She could have just been like, look, I know I killed your dad in front of you. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm really sorry, and I know you're not going to be able to forgive me for this, but I'm going to leave. I'm going to leave
that's
you,
why Kill
and we're
Bill
go
is
on our
one of the
separate
greatest
ways.
movies of all time. What did the bride say to Vivica A. Fox's daughter? She said, "I'm sorry I had to kill your mom. If you want revenge, come and find me." I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I had to.
They should have done it like that.
I love it.
Did it like that. They should have did it like that. That would have been perfect.
Exactly.
But the idea that she's just like, oh, I'm gonna kill you, it didn't make sense. Like, me personally, I was just like, but it didn't involve her. Why did what? And it made me pissed off about it because I was just like, I understand that, like, you want them all to be dead and she's a part of this, but, like, at the same time, she wasn't directly involved. She was just an unfortunate person who unfortunately was, like, tied into it in some type of way, but she wasn't directly in the shit.
Exactly.
The thing is, like I said, like I mentioned before, I mention this all the time. Naughty Dog is this. Good story, bad mechanic, or good mechanic, bad story.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog has been like that. Even the Crash Bandicoot games is like that. Like I said, Crash Bandicoot is ass. That whole Crash Bandicoot story is hot garbage. But
it is
trash.
The platforming is what makes the game good.
Yeah. I think a good balance of that, and I didn't expect it to be, were actually all four. I'm not talking about the PSP game, and I'm not talking about the side game. All four Uncharted games had a good balance of gameplay and story. To me personally.
Oh, to me personally. It definitely did. No,
that was well balanced. They didn't oversaturate. They didn't say, okay, you're randomly gonna play as what's his wife's name? Yeah, that bitch ain't have nothing to do with the shit. Imagine.
I wouldn't say for all the games.
Huh?
I wouldn't say all Uncharted games because I played all four myself. Like I said, the third one is the best one with the best story overall.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think two is cracked.
Because my personal reason, the way that Nathan Drake was getting trolled in third one.
The beginning part? Wait, tell me what the fucking
the game, like other homeboy like shot him with the needle and he had him hallucinating.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I said, the fourth story, it makes sense. Because like they put his brother was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Sully was being Sully. I think Sully's the best thing of that whole series.
Hands down, I agree. Nah, I think the best person in the whole series is Chloe, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time.
No, I don't know. I lean towards Sully.
Huh?
I don't know. I lean towards Sully. Like Chloe, yeah. But like,
Chloe's bae. Chloe got the cakes.
Nah.
Wait, did she get like her own little spin-off? Did she get like her own spin-off thing? Was it Fortune?
Yeah. That's why I said I'm not speaking about the side games.
Nadine is bae.
Wait, Nadine is the black chick, right? The soldier shorty, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but she was that nigga's ass.
Guys, hold on. All right. So, was it rigged? No, it wasn't. I got to get back on track.
In my opinion,
Hold on. Right. So, Are you guys ready for the cheat code? Okay. Yeah, ready for the cheat code? Every single day, you can go on thegameawards.com and vote for any and all categories. Anybody. So, if you voted one time, that vote did count, but you can vote numerous times. And they opened up the polls for what? It's been 3 weeks? 2 to 3 weeks, something like that?
3 weeks.
So
3 weeks.
Yeah, so everybody had 3 weeks. Everybody had 21 days to vote pretty much 21 times. But some people may have several, email accounts and things like that. You ready for the ultimate cheat code? You know how I know Naughty Dog, even though they didn't deserve it, they deserved it. How many motherfuckers working at studio voted every single fucking day?
Of course
Yeah, I know they said everybody in the studio, including your fucking family, needs to vote and I know this because I'm watching the what's the name? What is it? The gamer's choice or the whatever's choice? When it was neck and neck between the two, let me tell you something. Ghost had a crazy lead over everybody.
So Ghost would have took it. Yo, see.
Ghost won that. Ghost won basically player's choice, the people's choice. Ghost won that. But no lie, yesterday it was neck and neck between Ghost and The Last of Us. I say, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. If they pull that bullshit, I'm gonna be aggravated. And going to and Ghost won. Ghost won the player's choice. And then with what what's name was saying earlier, Coffee, the art direction. Really? If the studios couldn't vote, we already know that the other games in there had way better art direction. Not even just Ghost. All the other games, the actual people.
Final Fantasy VII Remake had a phenomenal one.
Yes.
See, but then it goes back to what I said earlier.
I have the game downloaded because I have for Final Fantasy Remake, I have the digital soundtrack and the digital art book.
But then it goes back to what I said earlier. The idea that it won, art direction overall. Yep. It's the rose-colored glasses.
Yes.
And that's what I just see because there's no other explanation than that. And it's just like, I understand, but why the fuck that, oh god, the idea that Ghost didn't get it, and that game is beautiful and just gorgeous. All the other categories, of course, yes, they deserved it. I will say everybody had a certain special je ne sais quoi about the art direction that, of course, will draw people or will draw me or whatever the case. But The Last of Us was just nothing but a nostalgic trip that won. And it's not satisfying.
I agree.
I know because people wanted to be the first one so bad. That's why people voted on it.
Nah, they were trying their hardest to they were competing with themselves, and they ultimately knocked themselves the fuck out. Because people kept leaving, and let me tell y'all something, and this is what I love shit like this. I am a Sony stallion, okay? I'm not a pony. I'm a Sony stallion, okay? I rides for my Sony PlayStation. You feel me? I rides for my Sony PlayStation. I let my shit hang to the flow when it comes to Sony. But I'm keeping it funky. I'm keeping it funky because if y'all could see these fucking these shits I commented on Twitter, literally trying to explain to people, and that's another thing. I'm trying to focus more on the journalism side of things, and the more I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I have my favorites, I have my loves, but I can critique on a level that people can comprehend. I want to critique on a level to where it's you should try this instead because it's more your flavor, or you shouldn't hate a game because it doesn't deserve the hate. That's why I said when it comes to The Last of Us, Nigga, it don't matter if she gay. It don't matter if what's name looks the way she looks. It don't matter. What does matter is
the reason. That's
exact.
not even the reason I hate
Hold
the
on.
game.
The people with the rose. Hold on. The people with the rose-colored glasses on are the ones that only like the game because they think Abby is transgender. No, she likes dick. She's a woman.
No.
Originally,
Hold on. Was transgender originally.
What? No, she's been a girl. What are you talking about?
No. Before they changed it into, straight girl that's a super build. Those who left, they originally said she was supposed to be transgender. That was the original,
what?
That was the original concept.
Whoa,
that was the original
hold
concept
up,
before they scrapped it and
hold
started over.
up. Time out. What?
See, yes, Abby was originally supposed to be transgender, but then they changed it.
I fucking. I'm gonna.
You see,
now I
gotta look this up. Now I gotta look this up.
Go ahead. I thought it was cap.
I'm sorry. No, I just let out a scream. I just let out a scream of.
I thought it was bullshit.
No. I'm not saying it's bullshit. I just let out a scream of happiness because I'm just like, wait.
That's cool. That's cool.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Cool. Even with that, Ellie loves the box. That is A-OK. We don't care about that. We're men. We love that shit. We love Ellie. Right? Overall, that was a super spotty story. You can see where the cracks lied. You can see you can tell where the story shifted. You can see where the script was all over the place. There's cracks in the fucking. There's no consistency. You can tell that somebody threw an idea and then they made it. Somebody threw 2-3 ideas in right here and then they just added it in there. I don't like shit like that. I like a well put together story that. Especially when it takes you 6 years to make a fucking game. 6-7 years to make a game.
It probably was. No. It probably was implemented and everything already. But due to that fallout that Naughty Dog had, they probably were like, oh shit, so we can't even add the extra stuff because all the extra stuff that was supposed to be there is now gone because the content creators now just left the company or they just been laid off.
That's basically what happened. Yeah,
one of the cases.
The internal. So supposedly, the whole issue that mind you, I love Naughty Dog. Hands down. They're OGs. Shouts out to Naughty Dog. Congratulations. Right.
I missed the early work like Jack and Daxter.
A couple years ago. This is years ago. I'm talking about 2 or 3 years ago. That's when people started walking from Naughty Dog. And they started going to Microsoft Studios. There was an exodus for the past 3 years, and these were people that were from Naughty Dog. Look it up. 2.5, maybe 3 years at most. People were slowly leaving Naughty Dog, and they told these niggas to keep it quiet. Don't say nothing. As soon as the leak happened, that's when everybody's like, "Yeah, we've been left Naughty Dog. Why do you think this person is over here?" They're all having how do I put this? They were having internal issues for the game specifically, not because of the story. It's the direction we're going in, and that's what they were saying. They're like, "Yo, we keep losing our focus on what the fuck the game is supposed to be about." They're just adding shit in there. They're just adding.
There was also a couple things too with the Naughty Dog employees. A lot of them left because of the direction, but there was a lot of other things too. There was a lot of other things floating around with the employees of how they were treated or the hours or whatever the other case.
I got you right now. Are you ready for this? Hold on. And I don't mean to cut you off, Coffee. All jokes aside, but I'm glad you brought that up. I'm sitting here watching the Game Awards, right? And every time a Naughty Dog employee wins Game of the Year, I love it when we see inside of a motherfucker's house. These niggas have beautiful ass houses. I'm looking at the nigga. Who's that? Is that Danny Chan? That's your side?
Unfortunately. 'cause I'm on the train.
Yeah. Just put mute on your end. Yeah, just hit mute until you're ready to talk. There you go. I forgot who was speaking, but he had the lady outside of his window or whatever the fuck that was. He's like, yeah, this is my neighbor. And I'm like, this nigga's foyer is huge. His foyer is fucking huge. Did you see his foyer? This foyer is fucking huge. Everybody that was winning until, what was it? The Among Us crew. You had 3 niggas in a small ass room and then somebody else on the phone. All right. Y'all niggas was getting paid. Then when they said it's time to work, niggas was getting mad. When niggas wasn't getting their way, and I think I personally, I'm not saying this is what happened. I've just been around business and seeing how things operate. When it's time to work, mind you, everybody getting paid. When it's time to work and then you're not being heard, then we all got problems. There's a problem. There's problems. Fuck this shit. I don't want to fucking work. Hold on, because mind you, The Last of Us money was still coming in at the same time, and people were getting compensated for that Last of Us money too. And there's a such thing as power going to your head, because Sony acquired Naughty Dog, I think years ago, and that bag for the game is pretty fucking big.
True.
Now, everybody got paid, and when it's time to work, we don't know what we working on some Anthem shit. And when it's crunch time, quote unquote, crunch. The worst crunch ever is for a game like Grand Theft Auto, where you have to find bugs upon bugs in this open world on top of bugs. Fucking Cyberpunk crunch is horrible because you have to play every single part of the game, playing every single version of that's crunch. Crunch on a game like what they're called rail shooters or rail story. A railroad story game where it's like you got to go here, that's it. It's not necessarily open world. Yes, the crunch is bad, but not necessary. This is my personal opinion, of course. Not really that bad, like a fucking Cyberpunk or a Grand Theft Auto or a Red Dead Redemption. Those stories, I believe, where the crunch is bad as fuck. Because hours upon hours of playing something over and over.
Wait, mind you, about it? I heard Cyberpunk. I'm about to count my game later today. I heard that on the P4, the performance is kind of lackluster because the P4 and the Xbox. The Xbox One is bad. The games are bad. But I want to play it because I did pre-order, and I'm like, but to hear that, I'm like, damn, do I want to play it now?
Now,
do you have a Pro?
No, I only have the 1 terabyte. Yeah, I know. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, so it's gonna be.
I would like to say my say on that thing with Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I might upgrade to Pro.
Yeah, go ahead, Carl.
I was gonna say, I would like to say my say on that part. Like, I understand what you mean, but of course, like, of me saying it because the art style or me being in the industry, it really sucks because in a video game company such as Naughty Dog or Square Enix and whatever the case is, if nobody overall understands what direction you're going from the story to the characters to even if it's like something simple as you said, GTA, there's always going to be something that people's going to be like, oh yeah, we should add this feature and maybe this will be easier. Ooh, excuse me, or maybe we need to add this in because this was in the previous game before we need to pull that back. I truly think that the people who was working on 2 before they all went separate directions, they all did pack in things of ideas and like it was a melting pot of things. But if everybody's not on the same boat, where they should be when they're making a game or writing the story, or it's supposed to be a certain thing, not everybody's going to be willing to work on it because it's going to be like, I don't really like that direction. I think we need to talk about it again, or we're going to have to review this again. And I don't really see it as it being an open connection where everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. This was good."
Exactly. That's exactly what I was meaning. That's what I meant. You can tell it was all right. This is what we're gonna do for the game. And everybody's like throwing, as you said, everybody's throwing ideas, and they're like, "No, this is what we're gonna do," and everyone is disagreeing, and people are leaving because they're like, what you have written here, what you guys have here fucking sucks. And that's why
if it wasn't that of like, oh man, this sucks, it's also like I'm pretty sure a lot of the people who also worked for Naughty Dog seen of how much of a shit show the game ended up being. And they're just like, damn, like, I wrote something or I made something new to this to make it unique and wonderful, but they threw it in my face. And it's always going to be like that, of you're going to have artistic differences. Like, it happens in every place where, like, you're in an art, like, thing. Like, for example, I have been in a couple art projects with people. If it wasn't voice projects, it was like genuine art. One person's gonna want to go in a certain direction. Another person's like, I like that, but I'm gonna add on to this idea. If everybody's ideas don't melt in some type of way, you're obviously gonna be like, okay, I guess this is not gonna work. We're not getting anywhere with this. And that's kind of how it just ended up being.
Exactly. You can tell they were just like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing now. Because I think when they finally pieced everything together after saying, no, we're not going to take ideas. No, we're not doing this. No. It was still bad. Then they started incorporating some ideas and they made it worse.
I think
that's my opinion.
I think they did have a good positive idea of how they wanted the game and how they wanted to do this, that, and the third for games. I will say the game direction of what they did, of course, as you said with the Resident Evil thing. I'm gonna actually, do you mind if I artistically break it down of how some things could have went?
Of course.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, Ellie and Abby's story could have went, as you said before, with the Resident Evil style. They could have kept him, Joel, for just a little bit, just to a point of the story that when he dies, it impacted both of them, and it could have been like, oh shit, that really happened, this, that, and the third, and like, it would have been the thing of like, Abby just being like, man, like, I'm sorry that you're going through with this, and I'm gonna like help you get along with this whole loss that you had on somebody who you've been with for the longest time, like he was the companion. They could have did that story with her, where it could have been like more emotional impact, you know, to draw the characters, because I wasn't drawn by either of them too. I couldn't stand the direction of the way how they made their personalities at all. Like, it made them incredibly stiff, like cardboard. Like, they were cardboard cutouts, and they didn't feel like they were emotionally connected in anything. Especially, like, when he was even alive. It didn't even feel like there was a connection. It was just like, oh, I have this shitty little kid with me. You know what I mean?
Like when he was talking to her about the guitar and shit, she's like, yeah, cool. Like, we understand why she's possibly mad. You feel me? She's a teenager and all of that. You can add in there. Huh?
I have to give one thing for Last of Us 2. One thing. I have to give it one thing.
Okay.
Y'all gonna think I'm messed up for laughing at this. The part when they was at the house and the other kids were getting stopped, a big nigga came out and like knocked out the kid out cold because he shot her. Man, fist to face to garage door.
Mm-hmm.
Thing.
I can't stand you, show.
The way that it happened, he ran up to him, he slugged the shit out of him. He already concussed from that first punch, and then he had face first with the garage door.
God, the homeboy got knocked the fuck out.
Like they yeah, that aspect of their connection dwindled pretty much.
Yeah.
Their connection was gone.
Get in the water. Get in the water.
Yeah. Between them, it wasn't there. That was dead.
Yeah.
And then it was revitalized once he died, for the most part.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, that's why I said if they gave them more, at least life when he was alive, maybe she, like, even the way how she reacted, it's kind of one of those things where, oh man, what is an example of this? Like, it's like one of those people who, like, you take advantage of that person while they're alive and you're like, oh, whatever. But then when they're gone, you're just like, damn, they're really gone. I'm never getting them back. And that's what she kind of did. And it didn't settle well with me because, oh, dear Lord. It didn't settle well with me because I was just like, okay. You kind of just probably treated him like shit the whole time, and then when he's going to truly feel who he is as a person.
Yeah. For years, she probably treated him
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like she treated him like shit. And like now that he's gone, you suddenly care. Like if you truly cared about him for his well-being or him as a person, you wouldn't have been treating him like that. You would have been like, you know what? Like, I'm sorry that I'm an edgy teenager, but I genuinely care about you. She didn't do that. So it's kind of just like, No
lie, Naughty Dog, hire your boy, man. Like now that you said that, imagine the game picking up, let's say a year or two right after, because you remember how the game started off. The game started off right, cool, but if it picked up a year or two after that to show that they're separating, like they're not on the same page, they're not on the, no, because even Joel was like, yeah, I haven't really spoken to the kid, and like, yeah, she's doing good, she's doing her own things, like, yeah, I haven't really spoken to her, it's been a minute. Right? If they would have kept that, like, let's say like the opening sequence about 2-3 hours in, instead of him getting his fucking brains bashed in 2-3 hours into the game, you feel me? Like doing like what we were saying, have that Resident Evil style where you're playing as Ellie, you start off with Joel, the game ends, boom, you don't see Abby crying in the corner or coming and seeing her father dead and shit, but the game, it picks up just like that. It starts off just like that. The shooting, bam. The driving, cool. 2 years later, they start separating, bam. You do your tutorials to get used to the game again, bam. You do a couple of missions here or there, boom. Just like how the game was before. Remember the seasons? It was like, all right, cool. Like 3 months later, 4 months later, it was like a year and a half span of what part 1 was, pretty much, just about, right? Something like that. So do that same thing over the course of how many years to get you introduced to the game itself and easing you into the fucking bloodbath that is going to ensue as soon as your man's dies. Because now you're implementing the character out of nowhere. Like, yo, who is this Brolic motherfucker killing it? What the fuck? Oh, shit. So then it's like, yeah, okay, we still don't know anything about this person that popped up out of nowhere. Like, don't show us anything on their side at all. If they would have kept it like that, we don't know shit. Like, she's just a villain. Like, keeping us in that mindset of she's just a villain up until the ending where you don't kill her. That's fine. And then as soon as the credits roll and everybody is pissed because you didn't kill her, then do some. That's why this is why I love the way certain Japanese video game directors they do their things, because after the credits roll, you get some crazy shit that gets you hyped for the next game, or a DLC that's coming and things like that. Literally show the cutscene again of it starting over where Duke is getting shot by Joel, and then you see the kid come in, and it's like, holy shit. It's like, oh, that was her father. Now we're like, oh shit, that was her father. And then you play the game again as Abby, and it's like, oh, now we're playing as her? Holy shit. Now let's see her story. Because then now you have to play as this character that didn't die, but we wanted to kill. And then now it's like, holy shit. This nigga Joel did her dirty.
Because there's a lot of things that, like, I feel like they could have did so much better for the directions. Like, as I said before, like, the whole thing of her losing him didn't like because you suddenly care about him out of the blue. But even the direction of how they had the girls overall together, I loved, but I also hated. Because there was a lot of things where, like, of course we're going to want to know because of, like, man, how should I explain this? You know, like in some games when they're like explaining things of like, oh, how were you in your last, how was this before all this happened, this, that, and the third. They could have had the girls emotionally connect even with that, or even if their stories were like a Resident Evil style for them to like, change, and like they get separated. Two different things happen, they come together and they talk about it. It could have been like that, but they didn't do it that way. Which is still kind of confusing why they didn't do it that way, because starting a new leaf and pretending that totally didn't happen from the other one, it like makes it pointless. It kind of like erases the timeline in its own weird, mysterious way.
Because I want to kind of shift off into Ghost, right? I realized why me personally, why I think the game didn't deserve Game of the Year and certain awards that they won. Because they threw too much at us at the same time. Wait,
you mean like, in the beginning?
Yes. It started off with the tutorial. That was fine. Then you get your emotional roller coaster, and then they switch on you. It's like, whoa, what?
Okay.
Wait. That's like, and this is why I personally didn't like Dream Drop Distance that much. I hated the drop system.
Oh, don't even get me started on the drops.
I'm cracking somebody's cheeks. I'm going ham out of nowhere. I'm playing as Riku. I'm like, whoa, wait, what? Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Let's continue. Let's pick it up. Alright, getting it in. During a fucking boss battle, I'm about to kill this motherfucker. Wait, whoa. Holy shit. Ah, damn, I forgot. What am I supposed to do again with Sora? Where am I going? Oh, yeah. Do that again for another hour or so. Stop the game. Go back. Start playing this shit. And then I get dropped again. And I'm about to get my ass kicked in this boss battle. Because, I forgot
the game is like, I guess you need some drop me nuts. And it's like, does it look like I have time to get drop me nuts?
That game was
like, I'm not gonna say too much about Dream Drop Distance, because the only reason why I truly enjoyed the game, because the world ends with you is in it, and a couple other things what was interesting enough for me to want it. But come on, Sid.
Neku's that nigga, Sid. I want to slowly ease into pause. Why I personally believe. What happened, show? Hey man, let me tell you something. Jin Sakai deserved Game of the fucking Year. Best game direction, best art direction. Just everything about it. It takes a lot. This is, and I'm not saying I'm like the most eloquent gamer. It takes a lot for me to sit down and be like, holy shit, this is a very engaging game. Because there's games that I pick up and I like, but it has to be extremely engaging for me personally to fully invest in it. You understand what I mean? Prime example, like Show. Remember I said I was playing Tales of Berseria? Right?
Yep.
I love Tales games. Yeah. I love Tales games, but that game, there's too much going on in that shit. And I like to pretty much do almost everything, not at once. You know, I don't mind going back and shit like that.
That game is a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's
that game is, like I said, and when everything is connected, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I said, that game, I played it. It was like, yo, this game is a rabbit hole. Like, what the fuck?
Kingdom Hearts is another one, even though Show hates Kingdom Hearts.
I hate tired of them fashion final mixes with a new number on it. And 3 movies came out for free. So first up, I charge people for another 2.9 2-point game.
Anyways, right? I'm enjoying my playthrough right now because, you know, that's one of my favorite games of all time. But I never fully played the final mix games, right? But I'm enjoying like finding ways to kill these fucking mushrooms. I want to get the crowns. I want to kill all these organization members, and I beat the game already pretty much last night, this morning. I beat the game, cool, but I want to finish it. I want to go back. Right, Transistor is one of my favorite games of all time. Shouts out to Supergiant Games. They got snubbed a hell of a lot tonight. They got snubbed a lot. I remember when I platinum Transistor. The music, everything kept me engaged. The story, the art stuff, like everything about it was beautiful. Transistor, it's about a girl. Like the game starts off with a girl, her husband. I think they're married, but or you could say her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is pretty much dead. So it starts off with her removing a sword from his body, and the sword is talking. So his being is now inside of this sword. And then you find out later on that the husband worked for an organization that's pretty much turning technology against life forms in the city. So it's up to those two to stop. Huh?
I'll definitely check that game out.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's you see what Hades is? It's Hades. Like all of the games that Supergiant Games made is that same style. Top down. You get a whole bunch of different abilities, you mix and match them, and I loved it. And it has a what is it called? A cyber it's like cyberpunk-esque Transistor. I love it. It's fucking amazing. I played the game several times over. I platinumed the game. That was like my first platinum game ever on the PlayStation 4. Yeah. And then when I did that, I realized, yeah, I really do like this game. I really like this game. That's a good thing. Going into Ghost of Tsushima, I was never bored. I was never fucking bored at all. Even doing the side missions. I remember I started getting tired of finding these foxes until randomly one of the missions veered off course to where they were killing the foxes. People were, and I'm like, what the fuck? I went to one of the fox dens, and then you see the dead fox. I said, who the fuck killed the fox? Oh, hell no. Like, that
yeah, it makes you care about, like, the little details in the game.
Exactly. Because I was getting to that point where I'm like, damn, fuck these foxes. And I'm like, let me get these Inari. What happened?
This is what happened. They wanted to make a belt like Shippo's dad. I don't blame them.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. You know, and I was like, whoa, that brought me back into the game. You know, every act didn't drag on. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Every act didn't drag. This is all my personal experience, and of course I'm gonna pass it on to Coffee and Show. But the acts didn't drag on to where I'm like, oh my god, the art. First of all, the art style kept me engaged. That was fine and dandy. I love encountering people. Every single time I learned new moves, I was always ready to try some new shit. And it's not like they threw everything at me. They allowed you to get used to some of the stuff that you're doing, some of the moves that you learned. Cool. Now you can get a couple more right here. Try this out. The stances were different. Like everything about the game was great. And the fact that it would like, okay, yeah, you just have a battle style. No, you got samurai style. You got the ways of the samurai, which is making you an OP samurai. Then you have ninja ways. Fucking not even ninja ways. You have thief ways. Now you're a fucking samurai thief. Okay, you're creating the ninja style. The whole point is he is creating the style of the ninja, right? And I loved it. Like I loved it because that's what they're pretty much hinting at. This was what the 12, it was like 13.
This was the
something.
period. Yeah, this was the period of when ninjas started rising anyway. Because most samurai, historically, they were previously samurai, but they became ninja.
It was the Genghis Khan era. That's when Genghis Khan was on his "I'm gonna take over everything" shit. Okay. The main enemy you find in the game is the Mongols.
Yes. Crack. And the fact that you're seeing, mind you, they're not making you switch and play as Jin's uncle, or they're making you play as Ryozu. No. They're showing how this man is trying to stay as honorable as possible. You feel me? He's like, yo, I don't wanna be dishonored. And every time you do, like at first when you started off in the first chapter, every time you do something dishonorable, when she's like, nigga, we just gonna creep in here and kill these niggas, we just gonna run up on them and shank them, he's like, I don't want to do that. And he finally does it, and you get that flashback of him being a kid, of his uncle teaching him like, yo, we are honorable men. Like shit like that makes you be like, oh damn, I don't want to, like, I don't want to.
I didn't get to the game yet because I don't want to get a new game and have games unfinished. And I wanted that.
Coffee, you played the game though. You beat it, right?
No, I'm almost done.
Oh damn, I feel bad. Okay.
No. You can say things. I already know. I actually I've actually like watched somebody play all the way through, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play this game. I want this game.
Okay. Like things like that is what makes the story direction. I'm still talking about the games that, I mean, the categories that deserve. We already talked about art direction. We already talked about the music earlier. I'm saying art direction. Now we're talking about overall direction. You feel me? Even towards the ending where he was locked up and still was like, Unc, I'm here for you. I am not here to dishonor you, but we need to save our people, bro. Like, he is still like that. He's like, nah, you're dishonoring me because you're over here sneaking around and killing people. We don't do that. It's like, nigga, these Mongol motherfuckers, nigga, I saved your life.
Yeah, like, he's literally trying to tell, like, he's trying to tell him, like, look, I understand that you want to go that way, but these people don't give a shit. Like, we need to go another type of way, or we're going to be on the chopping block, and we're going to get fucked over.
These men aren't honorable. They don't deserve an honorable death. That's the whole point. These men don't deserve an honorable death. They don't. They're imprisoning our people. They're burning people. I get fucking choked up. I'm riding on my horse, and then you see dead kids on the floor. I'm like, wow, like this shit really happened. Like, they keep you engaged, opposed to The Last of Us, End of the World. You don't really see any clickers. The clickers weren't fully missing, but there weren't a lot of clickers. They should have been full of clickers. It should have been a fucking click of clickers. They were there, but they weren't the focal points. But that is the whole point of the game. Look at Ellie's arm, my nigga. Like, she's transforming, bruh. That's the whole point of the game. It's like they lost their way from what the whole point of the game was.
Yeah.
You know? Opposed to Ghost of Tsushima, which stayed on track the whole fucking time, and I
Well, it
loved it.
pulled you in. It pulled you in unexpected ways. Like what you said before with the foxes. You're like, oh man, this is weak, this is lame. But then you get to a point that you see people killing foxes. And then when you think about the actual history of why people kill foxes or they don't like foxes, they are known in myth that they are tricksters, and whenever you go past a fox, it's like, I'm not gonna say like a bad omen, but they're always just like, you should stay clear of a fox, you're gonna get tricked by one. That's that type of thing. So like of course when you're doing the fox den, you're like, oh okay, I guess. But then when you see that people's killing the foxes, you're just like, excuse me, who's killing these foxes? And then when you see the culprits, you're just like, guess I'm gonna have to do some shit because you killing these guys.
I even love the fucking mind you, you didn't have to do them, but even the side missions, I love them because they brought you into the world that Jin's uncle was raised in. You feel me? The OGs, the archer dude, and you see how much of an asshole that he is. The moment I touched down and started talking to this nigga and he's not helping you, and he's like, yeah, I just wanted to see if you could kill them. You're an asshole. That's why this chick switched up on you. That made sense. You understand? So it's like, I see why this person doesn't like you. You feel me? Even Jin was like, nigga, like, I understand honor and you trying to stop her and stuff, but you're a douchebag. You're a douche. The old lady where she was like, you know, I'm going to teach you how to use poisons. I don't want to, but I'm going to teach you. You feel me? Like, she's an OG. Like, I loved shit like that. And then Jin took all of those lessons and incorporated into it, like he took it all in and made it his own and got shitted on for doing what he had to do to save millions of people on his fucking island that was being raided by Mongols. He, like, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh my god. I can't wait to play that new game plus. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I can't wait to play new game plus. I can't. I can't.
Because it's just a beautiful game to go back to. You get to just, like, of course it's not going to be the same like you did the first time, but witnessing it again is always going to be that breath of fresh air that's just like, damn, this game is so beautiful. Like,
that's why I'm waiting to New Game Plus on the PlayStation 5 because it's enhanced. It's in 60 FPS, 1080 or whatever the fuck it is. I want to play that shit upscaled, so it's like it is a brand new experience. You know what I mean? That's why I'm waiting. I'm so waiting. But continue. I had to throw that in there.
No. I agree to that. I definitely agree to that, honestly. But then it's always gonna be like, okay, so one of the games that I'm happy that it got into the direction, Hades, for me, because I've played a little bit of it already. I haven't, like, finished it or gotten far, but it's something about it that reminds me of not only, like, a comic style that they were going with, but it was one of those where it's like, I won't say like an anime direction. That's not it. Because if I say an anime direction, that's not it in the slightest of what it is. But
it's like those Netflix anime shows, like Castlevania. What's that new show that's out? Like the Zeus shit too, right?
That shit is hot garbage.
I still didn't see it yet. But like.
So I'm not hating it because everybody likes it. And that's my thing when it's and it did not go with that.
But was like those type of shows? It's taking that art style, like that direction of art direction. Kind of like those. No, I'm asking you. Coffee. Yeah, I'm asking.
Wait,
you.
what did you ask? I'm sorry.
I said Hades because you said you're trying to explain like it's not really anime. The art style is taken up.
Yeah, it's like it's starting to. It's like one of those things that it's trying to go in a direction of. It's not going anime, but it's trying to go into like the modern cartoon style, or like if not like cartoon, it's trying to go like serious comic book, which is kind of nice to see. That's what drew me to the game when I first seen it. Because I was like, oh shit, this kind of looks like a comic book storytelling game, and that kind of looks cool. That's what drew me to it. But the art style is strangely satisfying because even when you're like playing with the game and you're able to pet the dog and other things, like they add little things to make you interested in the game. The characters, very colorful, all different. The direction of the game too, like I don't know if you've played a little bit of it, but it's actually really, really nice. Even for the gameplay, like the flow, like it's not the typical like, oh okay, I'm gonna hit things and it's open world. It's not like that. But it's just like a special type of I can't think of what that game is called because there is a similar game like that and I can't remember. You guys might know what it is. It's something similar to what Hades was, but I can't remember what the game is. It came out a couple years ago though.
Like I was about to say that that was a Super Giant game. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it was like a ball. Like you shoot a ball or some weird shit like that. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you right now. Super Giant Games. Because they made Transistor, they made Bastion, Pyre. Is that the name of the game?
I believe so. Yes.
And let me see. And what was the game style like?
The game style was the same way of what Hades was. Yeah. But not exactly the same way of like, of course, the gameplay, but the fight style was very similar. I can't remember the name of it. I don't know why I'm losing a blank for this.
Yeah. I'm gonna put this
wait. I'm gonna have to like think about it because I genuinely don't remember.
I'm putting a video in the Discord, so you could check it and see if that's it. Because all of Super Giant's games, they all have that aesthetic to it. So when I saw Hades, I was like, yo, I missed out on Pyre. I didn't like the co-op style of Pyre. So I was like, I'm not gonna play that. I'm good. But when I saw Hades, I said, oh yeah, that's what I'm like. I know what these guys are known for, and this is what I'm talking about, which is Transistor. And then let me show you a Transistor. Same with you. Show check out the Transistor trailer that I'm about to put.
Oh, they're the same people who made Bastion. Oh, no wonder why it looked familiar. Okay.
Yes, and you see how all of those games have that same play style. Yes,
same style.
Yes. This to me was the best. I didn't play Hades yet, so but this is my favorite of all. I hope it shows gameplay.
Because Hades overall is just a beautiful, gorgeous game.
Yeah.
It's something about it. Just reminds me of like a comic book telling style, but then you can see that they're trying to go into like, all right, we're gonna make them anime looking. Maybe we'll bring people in. I mean, I really shouldn't say anime style, but it seems the case.
Oh man, I gotta throw that back because this is my song. I love this game. Supergiant Games, man. I love Supergiant, baby. This was like, I think this was my first PlayStation 4 game was Transistor. Yep.
I guess that's easy.
I got my PS4 about a year after it dropped, and then when I saw this, I was like, holy shit.
We saw their faces.
I was like,
We know their names. Know what they're
this
capable
came
of.
out months before my daughter was born. My daughter was like 6 months old when I got my
They'll
PS4,
find you
and then
finish
I
the
bought
job.
this right here, and I was hooked. Yeah.
Unless you find them first.
Shouts out to Supergiant Games, man. They also deserved more than what they got. Did they win anything?
No, they didn't win anything, which upset a lot of people that Hades didn't get anything, because I'm surprised, because Hades was up in the categories for a couple things, and then it was just basically like, no.
Soundtrack. I'm surprised they didn't even get that.
Yeah, I'm surprised too, honestly.
These soundtracks was
One of the things that has bothered me, because I'm not really too sure if both of you are mobile gamers or you like play mobile games.
Not really. Yeah, that's your forte.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of the games on the thing is my forte, but I play everything. I just like playing everything. But I think one of the things that has bothered me the most out of the whole thing for the Game Awards, I understand that Among Us got it for the mobile awards, but Genshin Impact did not. No. Genshin Impact. I'm not mad or salty. I'm just genuinely surprised. The idea that Genshin didn't win that category, it kind of baffles me, because like I understand like Among Us is popular with people. They like Among Us, but I don't because when I look at the gacha revenue for that game, and especially that they're a popular company already because of Honkai Impact, the idea it didn't win it took me by complete surprise, because I didn't expect that.
Yeah, because like Genshin Impact was marketing that game like strong.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, you're going in and out. Coffee, you break it up. Sorry about that.
Okay, better.
20 seconds.
Wait, what did you say, Joe? I'm sorry.
It was getting a lot of promo. It was being promoted in Times Square.
Yeah, it was all on S Train, wasn't it?
So it's like, but I'm not mad at Among Us got it.
I'm not mad that Among Us got it. They deserved it. But I'm just surprised that Genshin didn't get it, because they put so many things for like advertisements out for. Also surprised it didn't win, because that company already is known for something else, and that's called Honkai Impact. So them not to get it, it kind of just like took me a little bit by surprise, because I was just like, I don't know if that was like a genuine pick, or like people just was like, oh, we don't want game.
Dang. I don't know what's going on with my connection, but it's
we don't want this. Like Call of Duty, of course.
Yeah,
I rolled my eyes at. I'm not gonna say I didn't. I rolled my eyes at it, obviously. But all the other people, of course, like everybody who was nominated for that, I applaud you for being up there. Like, I'm very proud of you for even getting nominated for that for mobile game. That's awesome. But it just still baffles me that Genshin just didn't, because it's a gacha game, and gacha games usually, for like those who are in gacha health, such as myself, it's usually a game where, like, as soon as you see a character that you want, you're gonna like spend money for whatever it is, or if you want to play free play. I wish Danny was in here because he said a lot of people didn't vote for it because of a lot of the bugs and a lot of other problems for the game. But then I look at Genshin, and then I look at people who play free-to-play games, and as always, I'm going to be more on the company, whoever it might be, free-to-play for whatever they need it free-to-play for. I always get on people's cases. The cases for this is, if you decided to download a free-to-play game, don't be mad when there's things not implemented on the spot. There's no reason. Yeah, transactions, but it's more of
it's not
like
mandatory.
Okay, it's transactions. Yes, you're absolutely right. But if you're not giving feedback like you should be, and you're harassing the devs like some of the people do, instead of actually giving positive feedback of, oh, we need this in the game, or we need that in the game, oh, this is a problem, that's a problem. If you're just complaining on every post of, oh, bad game, fix game, like, obviously you're not gonna do, you're doing caveman unga bunga shit. Like, stop. Like, just go to the forums or go to the feedback and tell them what's wrong with the game instead of bitching about it. Everybody who plays, like I got into an argument with somebody about free-to-play games, and they wanted to get on my case about it. But as somebody who plays free-to-play games, and I'm not very fond of free-to-play games because they don't always get me, like, every so often I'm like, oh, okay, free-to-play game, I'll play. But they'll just be like, okay, I won't play it anymore. If you play a free-to-play game, and you decided to play it on launch, or whatever the month you decide to do, don't expect everything to be hunky-dory on the spot. They're still developing the game as you got the game. Don't expect everything to be like, oh man, I have this item here, or oh man, I have this item there, or man, this character's the best, and man, I love their stats, this, that, and the third. Like, everybody, for whatever their stats are going to be, or whatever all of those are guaranteed to happen in a free-to-play game for any type of way. You can't just have expectations for Among Us. Among Us is an example of that. Like, because like, oh, serve bad, serve down, and it's like, but on you because you decided to download a free-to-play game, and that's my problem. Why are you getting mad? Like, it's just confusing to me on that. I don't understand that.
Among Us had like a small budget, and they did really good with the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But people get like unga bunga mad about that. They're like, oh, fix servers. But it's just like, it's a free-to-play game. They're a small company. What do you expect from them? Leave the devs alone. Like, I can understand if it's like a big company. Like, okay, Genshin, I can understand. Side games, I can understand. Even though that they're now recently sprouting out because they have the Grand Blue game for the fighting games. So obviously they're starting to sprout out now. They're going to be having their MMORPG come out, I believe, next year. Is it coming out next year? I don't remember. I think it's coming out next year. But, like, you know, at least they know that they're going to have to fix their servers. They're also the same people who made Dragalia Lost. But then, like, you know, you're gonna have, like, servers, and you're gonna have all these different problems. Like Apex. Remember how Apex, like the servers were absolute garbage when we played them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the servers actually are in New York City. And the idea that we have shitty servers and we all live in New York City, yes. Yes.
Wow.
It's in Manhattan, bro.
It's a congested city.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why it fucking sucks, because even servers for AT&T is horrible. Still, just thinking about that. New York City sucks.
But it's like funny because it's just like, even if the servers were bad like that, it's just like you can't expect everything to just be like, oh, okay, this is fine. Like, no, everything's gonna come at its pace. It'll be all well and good. All of your complaints that you have now will be fixed. It's not going to be magically fixed overnight. I mean, they could do it overnight, but then you're stressing out the devs. Over little things, dude.
Oh,
but then again, I just have a whole rant with the fucking free-to-play thing, so I can't say anything.
I understand. But let's wrap this mofo up. We've been on for, I think, like 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours and 20. Holy shit. Yeah, we've been on for 2.5 hours. We lost Danny Chan to the Shadow Realm. Sonic, you're going to the Shadow Realm officially, by the way. Sonic is being banned to the Shadow Realm because he's mad at the fact that Sephiroth is in Smash.
Long hair Mark.
What?
His long hair Mark. Watch.
Look, he can impale Marth in a second. Let's not compare the two.
Jesus Christ. But yes, let's close it up. First, let Show go first. Show, talk your spit, bruh.
Spit. Yeah. Spit. What am I supposed to do? Close out?
Yeah, close out. Your closing statements. Let people know where they can find you, stuff like that.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Instagram.com, showing up joiner, and also my page, which is gonna be my channel, my catering, which I have to update. Instagram.com, cooking with show notes.
Nice.
Fire, hot fire.
Coffee coughs. Yeah, I've been drinking coffee this whole time. I'm like, oh man. Coffee. What closing statements do you have for the NWO?
Okay, I guess my closing statement for this is, I know that we're all salty about The Last of Us. We should give them a hand, even regardless of the opinions that unfortunately are not positive to say. If you would like to, follow me, know me, my Twitter's Just a Coffee Stain. Just take out the T and just put Just a Coffee Stain. My Twitter, that's my Twitter tag. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's Just a Coffee Stain altogether. And overall, I think I'm gonna just go back to Melody of Memory and play Sephiroth theme until he comes out.
Are you going to be streaming that right now? Because if so, I'll definitely jump into your chat.
Yeah, I might actually.
Okay, because I might definitely switch on over there. My closing statements, everybody out there. First of all, thank you for tuning in to another 2 hour long. I love these type of conversations, man. I love it. Tonight was really great and amazing. Congratulations to all the winners. And, shouts out to everybody that was nominated for, these categories. On top of that, one time for Sony for pretty much taking over the entire fucking video game awards with games after games, with more games and games. At the end of the day, Sony is walking off with the winners. Period. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that, man. Shouts out to Sony. Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch, Nintendo, Platinum Games, pretty much for Sephiroth coming out. Yo, what's his name? The guy that Direct Smash. What's his name?
Sakurai.
Sakurai, yeah, Sakurai. You're the best, man. He needs a nice vacation. He needs to just chill. He needs to just because this is the final character too, right? For Smash.
I don't even know.
You think there might be a season 3?
Well, the way Nintendo's going, the way that game is going, maybe.
Yeah, there might be a season. We'll see next week when they do a the battle talk thingy thing. We're gonna see. I'm pretty sure he'll be like, "Oh yeah, by the way," and then hint at a season 3. But if not, that man deserves a nice long vacation, man, because he put in a lot of work for that game, and I'm pretty sure, like when it comes to the business aspect of that shit is draining. Trying to get characters in the game and designing the characters and making sure. Whew, damn. But us as gamers, we need to clap it up one time because it's a win. There's a lot of news that came out today that we missed. And another thing I wanted to say before we close this out. It was announced today that Friday star Tommy Tiny Lister passed away.
Right.
At the age of 62. If you guys don't know who Tiny is, that's Debo from Friday 1 and 2.
So Zeus, the WWE wrestler.
Wow.
Yes, Big Zeus. That's right. From WWE back in the 80s. He was an act. What wasn't he just supposed to be an actor in the WWE and then became an actor afterwards, or was he an actor in a movie? Then they brought him in the WWE, and then he continued his acting.
But I know man. He do have a movie that he was acting as a wrestler with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
When Hulk Hogan.
That's what it was. After they did that movie is when they brought him to the WWE for a little bit. Yeah. Rest in peace to Big Zeus, man. That shit is crazy, man.
2020 is taking everything.
Yeah, 2020 is ridiculous, dude. I just can't wait for the year to be up. Honestly, I just can't wait for this year to be up. I really can't.
No, I feel that.
And I'm pretty sure you guys will feel this one. That's called equivalent exchange like a motherfucker. Jesus Christ. Think about it. All right, and I said this at the top of the year. I said this in like April. You see what happens when the Final Fantasy fans finally get their wish of Final Fantasy VII Remake? We get Corona. All these people are dying.
Damn, you're going to blame it on the Corona? Damn.
You said I'm going to blame it on the what?
You blame Corona on Square Enix?
No, the fans. I'm blaming all of this on the people that wish these things, and it's like, oh my god, I wish Final Fantasy would come up with and the devil is like, really? You want that Final Fantasy bad, huh? Y'all been waiting 20 years. You sure you want it? I really want it.
Like this.
Bruh.
Gonna suck dick for this game, right?
Yep, exactly. That's what happened.
Yes, Satan Senpai. I'll suck these cock.
Nah, they answered the wrong fucking person. It was just Bahamut. Just be like, oh, word?
Yep. It's like, oh, you guys really want that? You sure? Okay,
Bruh.
it's gonna cost the world.
We're gonna just be like, oh, heck. Like, I find it. I don't know why, but I find it strangely ironic that Sephiroth came out at like the end of the year, because I'm like, are you telling me he's gonna be the actual boss battle, or what's happening here?
Yeah, I think so, because they showed the Genova where he did the fusion with Genova. They showed that at the very ending of the fucking clip, and then they cut it when Cloud is standing there, and then he covered himself with the wings, and then he transformed into like the final Genova boss. So yeah, I think
that's his ultimate. Oh,
Either that or there's probably gonna be what's that story mode in Smash?
Ass.
Damn.
Yo, leave the Smash community alone, man.
Honestly, the Smash community in this Assault is just great to watch, though.
Let them have. They finally got one. All right.
No,
well, we
they
all. They didn't want another swordsman. They didn't want another anime character. They didn't want.
They're gonna hold that. Let them hold that.
Hold on. They're gonna be pissed off until next week when they play with him and be like, he's God tier. Oh my god, I love playing Sephiroth.
They're gonna do like what they did to Benedetta, where they're like, "Oh, she ain't shit," and then when they were getting their asses beat, they're like, "All right, well, that's gonna exactly happen."
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But I gotta sign off. I'm tired as hell. Man. It's been a long night, man, and I appreciate you too, and even Danny Chan who pulled up but then had to go. I appreciate you guys for joining me on another episode of the NWO. What happened?
Nami took him away.
The ultimate troll, man. Stop. But like I said, thank you guys for coming through. Highly appreciate it, man. Once again, you guys can find the NWO on youtube.com/Malik Champloo, or you can check out this podcast, the audio version, on Spotify. Just look up New Weeb Order, not World. New Weeb Order, NWO. But we out of here, man. It's the Otaku MC, the Shogun, the rap games, Akira, Lord Champa himself, Malik Champloo. Good night.